Hey folks, I have a product here from the company that makes varmintlights.com. It's the X-Shim, made in Texas. It is a shim for AR-15s, the mating between the upper and lower receiver. As you know, in a lot of mil-spec rifles, especially ones that shoot a lot, there's quite a bit of play, quite a bit of wobble. I mean, they were kind of designed that way. But if you want to tweak out a little bit more accuracy of those, you put a shim in there so it doesn't wobble back and forth. And that's what this does. It costs $10 for a set, and they have them for AR-15s and AR-10s. This one here, of course, is for the AR-15, and here's what they look like. I don't know if you can see the pattern on here. It comes with 4 different thicknesses, and each one of these sheets, it has a gauge on the bottom here and has a front lug and a rear lug, and I'll show you in a minute. And when you're sizing this, you use the gauge. You set the gauge right in front of the rear lug, and you start with the thinnest and work your way up to the thickest, and if that doesn't work, you start stacking them for different thickness until you get a satisfactory mating between them, a desired fit. To show you how to do it, here is my BCM, and see the wobble between here. Peel the gauge off this one, and this is tacky right here, so you can re-stick this when you're done if you wish. So you stick this here, and make sure it's on both sides, and you check the play, and still quite a bit of play. Now, I actually played with this a little bit before the video, so I was a little bit knowledgeable on it and how it works. And even with the thickest one, which is the 4, the number 4, it still has some wobble. It's getting better, but the number 4 and the number 3 together, which are the 2 thickest ones, put that in here and try. And it's pretty good. It's a little bit of wobble. Now, you don't want to get it so thick that you can't push this in by your hand. If you can't push it in by your hand, it's too thick. I take back what I said before. This green one is the R2s. Now that we know that's what we're going to use, we pull out the R4. There's the X-Shim, there's the R4 and the F4. The R4 is the rear shim, and they say you want to do the rear shim first. Alright, so those are on there. And now we're going to take the same ones for the front lug. Now it says if you have a free float barrel and there's no space right there, you might have to trim these. Oops. Mine is actually just a little bit hard to get through in the rear here. There we go. So that's something I might need to change. But now look, no play. Nice and snug. And the cool thing is, since I got to give me a 4-pack, I use the 2 thickest. If I happen to have any ARs with a lot less play, and I know that I do, I can use those other ones on this. So you can do multiple ARs with 1 pack. So here's the product. It is the X-Shim. If you have any questions, let me know. Semper Fi.